Okay, folks, this next video that you're going to see will be the final video of our Western trip, except for a little something fun we're going to put to copyrighted music and not monetize it. I have to work on that a little bit, but as far as the scenic parts of our trip, this is going to be it. We want to thank so many of you who have gone along with us on our journey out to Montana and then the Pacific Northwest, then back down into California. What this video consists of, this is going to be a lot of scenic driving time. We're just going to show you, I call these junk clips, even though they're not really junk. These are, well, they're clips that didn't make it in. Yeah, they're clips that didn't make it into any other video. I was actually just debating on whether to do this or just delete them, but some of them are too beautiful to get rid of and to not show you. And quite honestly, we hope y'all are not tired of seeing videos from this trip. We saw so much diversity. We want to share it all with you. So this here is going to be clips you did not see in any other video from 6 different states. You're going to see parts of Wyoming, Montana, Washington State, California, and Nevada, and Utah. So we basically, after we left Glacier National Park, we went down, caught Interstate 80 in St. Regis, Montana. We did a video of the truck stop there. And we got on Interstate 90 all the way out to Seattle, Washington, spent a night in Seattle, then got on Interstate 5, they call it the 5 out there, down through Oregon and into Mount Shasta, California, then back across Nevada, starting from Reno all the way back over to Salt Lake City. So this is going to be just a compiled miscellaneous clips that, again, you didn't see in any other video, but some of the scenery in this is some of the prettiest scenery we saw. Some of it's not, but we want to share as much of it with you as we can. So did you have a good trip out west?
I had a wonderful trip. We are still talking about how fun it was and the beautiful scenery. It was an amazing all the way around. Wonderful time.
Now let me go ahead and tell you the nature of our conversation about that trip. I've been informed that the next trip we do out west, we're going to narrow it down the places we go so we're not on the road all the time. That we're going to basically spend more time in the areas we like.
The locations, yes, because we're always in a rush to drive to the next location and not really staying there and enjoying it. And well, I mean, we enjoy it, but you know what I'm saying, taking it all in. So yeah, we've already been discussing that. So
we put over 3,300 miles on the rental car that week. My goal is to see as much as we can. And we were that close to the Pacific Northwest. We had never been to Seattle, had never been to Oregon. So we just decided we're going to do it. So we did. And like she said, it was a lot of driving. The last 3 days especially was a lot of driving. But my goal is to see all 50 states. I've got 45. She's got 43. Give us a few more years and we're each going to be sitting at 50. The only 2 I've got she doesn't have is Rhode Island and Massachusetts, because I went up there as a teenager, went up there with a friend of mine to pick his son up. So I helped him drive up there. Those are the only 2 I've been to that you haven't. Other than that, we almost got the United States covered. So anyway, just hang around a few more years and we're going to do it. So anyway, but we just wanted to share these again, maybe not junk clips, but miscellaneous clips that were not in any other video, and hopefully you'll enjoy them. So thank y'all so much for watching and for going along with us. Okay, so we are now driving from Cody, Wyoming up to Red Lodge, Montana, where we will begin our drive on the Beartooth Highway. I wasn't really planning on even recording this part, but that's just too beautiful not to record right there. I was actually working on a video and she says you might want to see this. And yes, I definitely wanted to see that. This is a scenic part of the country, isn't it?
Very much so.
This is Wyoming 120 north. Well, it's designated west, but it's actually running north right now. We're headed up towards Belfry, Montana, and then we get on 333, I think, or 330 over to Red Lodge. But yeah, I just got to show this. This is amazing. great in our minivan and in my truck. Her car, it will kind of let loose after a while. So that's not good if you got a heavy camera on it like our camcorder. But our truck and van, it works great. But in this little rental car, right here is the windshield. There's not enough room for your camera. So I am so happy with my little solution yesterday. This mouse pad from Walmart. It's got a bottom that won't move. And lay that there with the raised end up. That way your camera won't be pointing too low. And then to give it some cushion, a little hand towel. And that works like a charm. We tried it out all day yesterday. And honestly, no matter how bad she drove, no matter how fast she took those curves or how hard she hit her brakes, that did not slide one time.
We did good.
And I'm actually able, when the camera's sitting on it, I'm able to move it back and forth and pan. Tell you what, folks, save yourself about $50 and go to Walmart. That works just as good as any camera mount we've ever had.
Yeah. We're just hoping that we haven't seen a reflection for the...
I have not yet. I got to check the video files.
But he hadn't seen it or noticed
I
it
think
yet.
there is a reflection on the windshield, but I think I got out of that by zooming the lens up a little bit. So I think we're good to go on that. I hope not. I hope I don't see all those videos and see a reflection.
No.
But I guess I should check them. But so far, man, that has worked like a charm.
After visiting my cousin Doug in Manhattan, Montana, he told us to be looking for the many yellow canola fields that were in full bloom this time of year. Here is the first of many.
shoot the signs.
Unbelievable. This is the front of the sign. There's still a few lodged there. This last section of videos you have watched is Highway 287 north from Helena all the way up to Chateau, Montana. If you do decide to drive this beautiful section of highway, I would advise you to get gas while you are still in Helena. We drove at least 75 miles at one point and saw no gas station whatsoever. The next gas station we came to was here in Augusta. They were having an event in town that weekend. I believe it was a rodeo, and they literally only had one gas pump in the entire town, and this is it. Now let's continue our journey through Montana. These are some of Montana's beautiful canola fields. Just look at all that yellow. Shauna's cousin was telling us to look for these as we were traveling through the state. And we've seen several. They are absolutely magnificent. This next clip comes from the state of Washington on Interstate 90. We had entered Washington from the east near Spokane and were heading west. When we reached milepost 126, we began to ascend up a steep grade near what is called ryegrass. Once you cross the top of the ridge at the ryegrass rest area, Mount Rainier suddenly breaks into view. We were not expecting to see it so quickly, and the excitement of seeing Mount Rainier come into view all of a sudden was indescribable. Mount Rainier is by far the highest point in the state of Washington at 14,410 feet above sea level. Notice how it dwarfs all of the other mountains surrounding it. These next few short clips are from the Snoqualmie Pass area of the Cascade Mountains in Washington state. This pass is named for the Snoqualmie Indian tribe, which is indigenous to the Snoqualmie Valley located west of the pass. As we were coming across central Washington, a lot of it was barren and almost treeless, and we were wondering why Washington is called the Evergreen State. Once we reached this area, we saw exactly why. Washington became far more scenic the further west that we traveled. This next clip is that of Mount Shasta in Northern California. Mount Shasta sits at an elevation of 14,162 feet above sea level. This is a mountain that I had wanted to see for years. I had seen it on television and in pictures and just thought it was such a beautiful peak rising so high above the surrounding terrain. I was so excited to finally see it in person. Shasta, California is very visible from Interstate 5. It is 14,162 feet above sea level. Here on July 3rd, there's still plenty of snow, so absolutely beautiful. So where we're standing right now is 2,660 feet. That's the elevation I just gave you. Because I'm looking at Mount Shasta in person for the first time. There's certain mountains that I've always wanted to see. I've got to see all three of them. I got to see Mount Rainier, Mount Hood, and now Mount Shasta in California. And I've seen pictures that I've seen on TV. It just looks so majestic by the interstate. It's the easiest mountain to see from the interstate, really. It's got a really good view of it, and it's absolutely gorgeous. I would love to. I've always wanted to see it. I'm glad I get to. Okay, driving down Interstate 5, just continuing to admire Mount Shasta. That's just a majestic mountain. It towers above literally everything else.
It does. It's beautiful.
Look at it. Look at all the snow still up there.
This last section here, we are in West Wendover, Nevada, getting ready to enter into Wendover, Utah.
Now the reason we pulled off here is to try to find Wendover Viewpoint. This is a place, and it's one of the only places on Earth where you can hike up to the top of the rocks there and you can actually see the Earth's curvature.
And you can also see the Bonneville Salt Flats in Utah. So there was a lot to see from up there.
The problem was we were not able to find the trail that hiked to the viewpoint. We actually did walk up a couple of rocks there. Then we started thinking about, in movies, this looks like the kind of place where you disappear, never to be heard from again, or where you might find rattlesnakes.
I could definitely see rattlesnakes up in those rocks right there. So yeah, we just decided it'd probably be best just to turn around and go on back. But the view we did see was pretty amazing.
But as you see right there, that's just about as barren and dry of a desert as you'd ever want to see. And again, this is in eastern Nevada, right off Interstate 80, and getting ready to go back into Utah for our drive back to Salt Lake City.
It was a beautiful drive. I'm so glad we stopped there and looked at it and just enjoyed the scenery. It's so different than here at home, and it's different, and I love it. It's just beautiful.
And I love driving across Nevada on Interstate 80 because the speed limit is 80, and if you do 80, you're driving slow.
Yeah, that is true.
Folks, look at the salt flats as we're coming out of Nevada down into Utah. Look at that out there.